Hi there. I am standing at the Foxtail Golf Course here in Rohnert Park. And I've been driving around this whole area today, and I just had to park myself and put up the old tripod and talk about Rohnert Park. Over the decades, I've learned to really love Rohnert Park. I grew up in Petaluma, as many of you know who watch my channel, and Rohnert Park was like the city between the cities. And the story is that the Rohnerts were the largest seed farm in the country. They grew fruits, vegetables, hay, a lot of hay, and they collected the seeds, and other farmers purchased the seeds. And in the 60s, Fred Rohnert actually started selling off the land, and section by section by section, Rohnert Park grew. And we didn't pay much attention to it as Petalumans until, of course, it had its own high school. And it was a city, right? In the 60s, it really became a city. And now in 2022, it's quite something. And in about a year or two or three, they are going to have a real official downtown, which is kind of exciting. So I thought I'd give you 9 reasons why I really love Rohnert Park and give you a glimpse of the city as well. So let's go on and talk about Rohnert Park and all the things I love about it, coming up right here. Hey, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell, because I put out a new video every single Friday. And you'll want to get them because I travel through the 6 main cities in this county and give you as much information as I possibly can about the real estate, the homes, the neighborhoods, and really what's going on. And right below this video in the Show More section is a free buyer's guide and a relocation guide. So click on those links and get your free ebooks. Now let's go look at Rohnert Park. You know what, at the end of my video, I'm gonna give you a special tip because you're a buyer and maybe you haven't purchased a home in a while. So hang out till I get to item number 1 and I'll give you a great tip that'll help you on your home buying journey. Okay, item number 9. Rohnert Park, since it's right smack dab in the middle of the county, is a great place to live if you're working for the county, which is the biggest employer, or one of the large hospitals in Santa Rosa, or even in Petaluma, or if you're working for Marmot, or the casino. The Graton Casino is right over there. If we had X-ray vision, we could show it to you, but it's a little ways away. Anyway, there's a big casino here in town and it is one of the larger employers. So if you are looking to be employed in Petaluma, Santa Rosa, or in Rohnert Park by one of the big employers, then this city will really work for you. It's convenient and your work will be, 5 to 12 minutes out your front door. Okay, we all love conveniences. So item number 8 is it is a city of conveniences. Every box store is here. Target, Freeman Brothers, Home Depot, Walmart. 12 minutes up the road is Macy's and Penny's and all that. And of course you can whip down to Petaluma in, might take you 11 minutes and get to even more convenience stores, including Trader Joe's, which is not here in Rohnert Park, but it is right up the road at the southernmost part of Santa Rosa. So if you like to get around and get to your favorite box stores, this would be the city to live in because, well, they're all right here. Hey, so item number 7, what's there to do in Rohnert Park? Well, there's a lot. This is the town where there's a university, Sonoma State University. Its actually address is in Cotati, this little town right next to Rohnert Park. I did a video on that. But at the university is the Wheel Center or the Green Center, and it is a spectacular state-of-the-art arts center, live arts center. And the back of it opens up in the summertime to these beautiful concerts. You can sit out on the lawn and listen to amazing music. And the symphony plays there. There's a great symphony in Sonoma County, and just all kinds of the best entertainment comes to the Green Center and the Wheel Center. Now, I mentioned the Spreckles Entertainment Center. Art Center is also here just 10 minutes down the road. And that's more like local theater and stuff like that are at the Spreckles. And then up the way is the Burbank Center, where there's also comedy nights, top grade entertainment of every kind, from dancing plays, Broadway plays come there, and just amazing shows. I go to them all the time. So you're surrounded by the theater kind of entertainment for sure. And then of course within 15 minutes to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on where you want to go, there are wineries, cheese factories, and all kinds of lovely restaurants where there's live entertainment all the time. So you won't be at a loss for things to do here. And if you just have to drive to San Francisco to do something like a play or a show or what have you, it's only an hour away. Now, here's item number 6, and I find it super exciting. I kind of read the papers and keep up on this. So Rohnert Park, as it sold off the land, the Rohnerts, and the city developed, it went from the A section in the south all the way up. I think up here we're in the L and the K section. So the locals often ask each other, so what section do you live in? M section or P section or Q section or something like that. And so it's an easy city to get around. And what's going to happen is, I should say that what happened was that there are shopping centers, but there's no real town center. There's no like main city park or just a central place for people to get together. Well, a big insurance company left town about 10 or 15 years ago, and the campus was removed lately in the last 5 years, and they're building a town center here in Rohnert Park, and that's on the screen right now. You can see it. It's going to be amazing. It'll include shops, and it'll include some housing and an amphitheater and some businesses. So that's going to be really exciting because it will be a central place. People can say, oh, I'm going to downtown Rohnert Park or the town center, and they'll really have one. So that's coming up in the near future. This is being filmed in November, almost December of 2022. And the newspaper this week announced that they've made major progress in kind of moving forward with the process. So it's exciting. There'll be a town center here in Rohnert Park. So you're thinking about living in Sonoma County, and item number 5 is, I know you're thinking like, so how close is everything to everything? Well, Rohnert Park, as I said, is in the middle of the county. So you're an hour from San Francisco. If you drive that way, you're 1 hour from the ocean out to Bodega. So that's an hour to Bodega, and then an hour and 15-ish up to Jenner, out the Russian River area, which is fantastic. If you're a super duper wine taster and your family is gonna come and they expect to go wine tasting, well, it's literally right out your door. I can see vineyards all over here. And if you go 20 minutes north, you're in North Santa Rosa, up to Healdsburg, Cloverdale. You can whip over to the ocean, and it's all wine country. Spectacular vineyards and wineries to sit down, have a great picnic, and enjoy Sonoma County. So it kind of depends if you want to be in the Dry Creek area, the Sonoma area, Petaluma Gap, great wines in Petaluma, and all throughout Sebastopol, which is right there. So you're right in the middle of everything. And driving around is lovely. It's beautiful. You'll pass the goats and the sheep and the donkeys, and of course the vineyards, and you can get to the ocean, and the recreation around here is amazing. Lots of regional parks to play in, and lots of great hiking. There's several new big state parks opening up the coast that are fantastic to go through. So I hear. I haven't been to them, but they've been in the paper this past year. So you're gonna love living here. The recreation's great, and an hour away is a great day's drive. So item number 4 is a super important thing. I think for some people won't care, but this is a perfectly flat city. There's a lot of hills and not really mountains, but hilly places in Sonoma County, and Rohnert Park is perfectly flat. It is the flatlands. There's a few bumps and hills over where Rohnert Park meets Cotati, or actually more in Cotati on the west side. But the city of Rohnert Park is perfectly flat, and it's easy to get around. It's a grid, and you really can't get lost. So it's a great place to bike, lots of bike lanes and bike trails and places to go around Rohnert Park itself, and just getting out and doing your day's work or things you got to do on weekends and stuff like that. Easy. in Rohnert Park. All right, so item number 3, this is a university town. Sonoma State University is here. The address is actually Cotati, the little tiny town next to Rohnert Park, but they both kind of share roads and ins and outs, and it's a big part of Rohnert Park. So you'll see college students here, whole neighborhoods of apartment communities, and really just, great shopping centers and things like that are all in and amongst the neighborhoods that kind of cater to the students. And it just has a nice charm to it because of the universities. So this is a university town. Sonoma State University is right here. Of course, I always talk about the weather. Item number 2. So Rohnert Park has this lovely weather. It doesn't quite get the fog that Petaluma does, and it can be hot in the summer. For sure, people have air conditioning here. Not quite the baking heat that you might get up in Cloverdale and Healdsburg. It's a little bit cooler, so it's awesome, perfect, Mediterranean, lovely weather here in Rohnert Park. You'll love it. Can't complain at all about the weather here in all the county, but here you kind of get the cool and the warm all at the same time, just like in Petaluma, but more of the warm here without it being blazing hot a lot of the summer. Except, of course, when it's 112, which it was one day in the whole county this summer. Whew, that was a hot one, but it's got great weather here in Rohnert Park. So the last thing, and I think the most important thing, item number 1, is that this city has a great sense of community. All you have to do is go to the farmers markets here in Rohnert Park. I forget what day they are. I don't think they're on Fridays, but the music, the people, they're all out dancing, singing, nice farmers market. When the fires went on, lots of locals helped people from the other cities that were affected by the fires here in Sonoma County. And well, when people need to pull together, I'd really look to Rohnert Park. I felt like all of the hotels and the businesses really helped out the rest of the county when things were getting kind of crazy a few years ago with the fires. I think we all felt a super sense of community throughout the county, but I give an extra kudos to Rohnert Park because they really didn't have the fires and things going on here, but they certainly were affected and they kicked into gear and helped everybody out. So there's just a big sense of community here. There's Sally Tomatoes on the other end of the town, south end, kind of connected to the university, that puts on concerts in the summer. I don't know if he's doing it anymore, but they have put on years of concerts, and it's a great place to gather. Well, I've just been to lots of lovely events and things going on here in Rohnert Park. So the sense of community is just really special, and I just had to share that as item number 1. Okay, there's the D word. Now, I know it's not the most pleasant word, but discipline. Discipline, cutting back, reprogramming, redirecting, reconsidering, a lot of things will get you keys to your own front door. So sit down at your kitchen table and get real about what it's going to take to buy a house. Sit down with a realtor, sit down with a lender a year ahead of time and go, okay, we're going to make this happen. We're not going to buy stuff. We're not going to do some things for a while because we want our own home. A little bit of discipline gets you keys to your own house. So that was Rohnert Park, a great city to consider if you're thinking of moving to Sonoma County. It's flat, it's convenient, it has great weather and great entertainment. And you're not too far from all the things you're looking forward to doing once you live here in Sonoma County. I have a great team of people right here waiting to hear from you. So call us all you want. We don't care if you're not moving. We're 6 months away. We understand it's quite a journey, a lot of thinking, and we love to help you through the process. My phone number and information is below this video in the Show More section, and don't forget that free buyer's guide and relocation guide in the links below as well. And the next video is coming up right there.